Hi guys, this is Aisling from ashsleeved. I am doing my first vlog ever, so one, excuse my lack of experience. Two, excuse my very loud house. And three, just deal with my weird accent. I am originally from New York. Lived in Chicago before and recently moved to Southern California, and was born in Ireland, so my accent is quite intense. It's not horrible, but it has a couple of slangs here and there that people are like, where are you from? Anyway, I am 33 years old, and I am a wife, and I am a mom to an 18-month-old and also a 2.5-year-old dog, which you probably see in the reflection of my fireplace, his crate. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you about my upcoming surgery. So I will be getting a gastric sleeve surgery. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm everything. So a bit about me. My experience with food. Anyway, I've been obese most of my life, so I've been obese since puberty, pretty much. Once puberty hit, for some reason, my body just went crazy, and I started gaining weight like nonstop, and started eating like crazy. Also didn't help when I was 16 that I did get a car, so that meant lots of fast food and all that stuff. I grew up in sort of strict house. My parents are very athletic, so growing up, I was athletic. I worked out all the time, meaning I was a 3-season athlete. So pretty much that leaves very little time of the year that I was not working out. Grew up in a time of not much technology. Well, I did have a computer. It wasn't social media, so it was quite different. So I was outside a lot. Once puberty hit, I sort of started gaining weight a lot, and then I went to college, and most people do the freshman 15. I probably did the freshman like 50, because I had all this access to food, and I am addicted to food. So it is hard when you have access to food for your first time in your life, where you're the one that's responsible for buying it. Anyway, college was definitely a starting of my big gains. Then roll on a little bit of the 20s, college 20s, of the little bit of the party lifestyle, going out on the weekends, drinking, going to bars, and eating at 3 a.m. And you're not picking a salad at 3 a.m., especially after a couple of drinks. So my weight really was escalated. When I did hit around 21, 22, I did do Weight Watchers, and I did lose 50 pounds, even keeping up my party lifestyle of drinking and going out and dancing and all that fun stuff. If you can't tell, I sometimes miss it. Anyway, I lost 50 pounds, and it came off so easy. I feel like at the time it was really hard, but really it was a lot easier than I expected. So I started running, and I kept the running up for a long time, but I didn't keep the eating up. So I did gain the weight back, plus a little bit, and I stopped running because I started working 2 jobs to keep up with, I moved out of I was officially independent, like extremely independent from my parents, and so I had bills to pay and, expenses building up, so I worked 2 jobs in 40 minutes away from each other, a lot of commuting, a lot of car. So once again, I gained the weight back plus some, and really was depressed. And so I did Weight Watchers again because I was so successful the first time, and I lost 78 pounds, 75 pounds, somewhere around there. Anyway, I lost a ton of weight, and I did awesome, and I kept the weight off for a very long time. Continued running, started running again, and continued running. Ran my first marathon, ran a bunch of half marathons, was really into running, kept the running up, met my husband, was still running, ran into college, we moved to Chicago, ran in Chicago, was training for Chicago Marathon, and got injured. Got injured to the point where I was told I was not allowed to run or work out, actually. I had a stress fracture in my heel, plus I sprained my shoulder, which really puts a lot of damper on. So I wasn't able to lift anything, so I couldn't do any lifting at the gym. And then another point is I couldn't do anything with any running. Like, I couldn't do bike or anything until my heel, ankle, and knees. Well, actually, my knees were all messed up too. I think that was just age and slightly gaining weight a little bit after I got, then we got married, and I was still running, and yeah, probably not eating as healthy as I should have been, but yeah. Anyway, so injury, and then I got pregnant while I was injured, blah, blah, blah. So while I was pregnant, I just didn't do anything because I was really sick pregnancy and just, yeah. So obviously I laid on the couch a lot because I wasn't working, and I just gained so much weight to the point that I lost no weight after I had the baby. So my son is now 18 months. So I tried Weight Watchers, I tried paleo, I tried everything, and I'm just not losing weight. Even to the point I ate a whole week of like eating just like, no, a whole couple of weeks just eating like such healthy greens, proteins, going to the gym, and I gained weight. How is that possible? I don't know. Anyway, I've been to an endocrinologist, I've been to everything, super healthy, and they couldn't figure it out. One day I was listening to the radio, and the radio host started discussing how he had gastric sleeve surgery, which I was aware of. I listened to this radio show a lot. And he had another guest on who had had this surgery too, and there was sort of going back and forth as two people who've had the same experience. And they both seem to have had the same lifetime issues, which was that yo-yo dieting. Obviously, based on my story before, I am a yo-yo dieter. Number two is they both realized that they both were food addicts, and that the gastric sleeve really helped deal with their food addiction issue of just sort of like, if you eat too much, you get sick. And that's sort of like what I need. But not just that, I need to eat healthy, and I need to be a new person. And I feel like this surgery is going to help with that. Anyway, so after that, I started researching this surgery, found a doctor, and sort of signed on the dotted line, made a plan for when I would have surgery. I'm one of the luckier obese people is because on paper, I am the healthiest person ever. Like, if you eliminate my weight, I am healthy. I have awesome sugar levels. I have awesome blood pressure, awesome cholesterol. Like, I, on paper, am very healthy. My vitamins are good, except for vitamin D, but I think I blame that just growing up in the Northeast in Chicago and being Irish. Living in SoCal starting to help with that. The other side is also I do suffer from depression, anxiety, so I do take antidepressants, which can be blamed for the reason of not losing weight, but I do want to come off the medicine and deal with the other side is how I feel when I'm not on medicine. Anyway, that's a whole different story, and if you want to hear more about it, please tell me, and I am willing to do a whole podcast on my experiences with antidepressants and all of my anti-anxiety medicine, and also during pregnancy and after pregnancy with antidepressant medicine. Anyway, back to gastric sleeve. So I signed on the dotted line, and I really was excited. I'm so excited. My husband's excited. So once you sign on the dotted line for surgery, it's not like, okay, let's do surgery tomorrow. It's a couple of steps. So the first step is I did have, why do I want to call it an injury? But I did have no. Anyway, they did put it, I'm going to explain it because I'm an idiot, right? Not idiot, that's the wrong word. I'm blanking right now. I've had very lack of sleep the past couple of days, so excuse some of my stuff. They put a tube down my throat to make sure I had no ulcers in my stomach and no issues or no stomach cancer, no nothing like that. So that was a whole thing. So you go in one day, you go under anesthesia, and they check your stomach. The aftermath of that was not so horrible. The only thing is my throat did hurt a lot. Didn't really want to eat. I was starving after the thing, but you can only really eat light foods, and you'll see is that your throat is on fire. Oh my God. It felt like the worst strep throat I ever had. But anyway, I was fine. My results came back fine, which I knew was going to be the results. Just because of some of the previous tests I've had, I knew that was not going to be a problem. Other side is that I did, then the other side is, if you do come back with some issues, you do have to get some stuff worked on. Obviously, if you have stomach cancer, unfortunately, you can't have the surgery right away, but they will, you will get deferred to the proper doctor for that. Same with ulcers, but hopefully you don't have any of those issues, because I do not hope anybody has those issues. Anyway, second thing I have to do is, so you go to a pre-op appointment and you go through everything, and you get lists and lists and lists, and they go through everything with you. And so part of my issue is my insurance does not cover in surgery, so I am paying out of pocket for my surgery. So I'm very lucky to have a doctor's office who's really helping me with the fact that I have to pay out of pocket. So the endoscopy, that's what it's called, endoscopy, there we go. The endoscopy is covered under my insurance, so that was helpful, because that saves a couple of $1,000, plus you have to pay for the anesthesiologist. The next thing is sorry, I'm looking down on my paperwork. You have to get a lot of blood work done. So they want to check your CBCs, which is your blood counts, just to make sure there's nothing wrong. And they want to check, just to make sure your iron levels are there and all this stuff. So I just got that done last week. And I actually go to the doctor tomorrow, because the holidays completely messed up my brain, tomorrow, to see if everything, to get medically cleared. But I'm actually going through my general practitioner to also save money, because if I go through my general practitioner, it's covered under insurance. Things you learn. So other side is, you also have to get a chest x-ray, which I also did through my general practitioner to save money. So my general practitioner does offer a pre-op section, so they do everything through their pre-op department, and it was super easy. I also went I went 2 days after Christmas for all of this, which I think was helpful because there was nobody in either office that I went to. So everything took maybe 10 minutes to do. So, so I'm pretty much there. So now what I'm working on now is getting, because I'm doing it through my through a doctor's office and not a hospital, I do have to bring all my own meds to there, which is fine because they don't have a pharmacy there, which makes sense. If you're in a big hospital, you would have a pharmacy, but it's sort of cheaper if you do it this way anyhow, because then you don't have to pay the prices at hospitals for medicine. So I just filled all my prescriptions. So I'm getting Tylenol with codeine and Zofran, and there was a third thing. I'm forgetting. It's something to stop my stomach from being upset after. It's another thing for upset stomachs. Anyway, so you get all that beforehand, and everything has to be in liquid form because your first 2 weeks after surgery is only in liquid diets. So that means all of your medicine has to be liquid. So when it comes to my antidepressants, I have to get a new prescription because I have slow release. And slow release caplets can't be opened and can't be given as like, you can't mix them. Like, you can't just mix them into a liquid form or like whatever, or drink them in water. You have to actually take the full pill. So I have to switch that. And then all the vitamins you have to take. So you're going to get tons of vitamins to take, and you're going to have to take those because since we're not, after surgery, since you're not eating normal food, you are going to start losing vitamin deficiency, and it's very important to keep our body's vitamin. So one of the things I got for Christmas was a juicer so I can keep up with some of my greens. You know, I feel like if I'm going to start this whole new lifestyle, I want to be healthy. So I want to start, you know, when they say liquid diet, I don't want to be drinking, you know, just apple juice. I want to drink kale juice and spinach juice, and it sounds disgusting, but it's actually not as bad if you add apples and some. I'll give you guys my recipes later on, and I'll sort of tell you what worked and what didn't work. The other big thing is I'm gonna have to drink protein shakes. So I have gotten some protein shakes from Costco, from Premier Protein. And I actually tried my first one this morning because my husband was warning me they can taste horrible, especially that they have 30 grams of protein per container. And it actually doesn't taste that bad. Honestly, it wasn't the worst one I've ever had in my life. And I'm quite shocked that I actually enjoyed it. Anyway, so we get the protein shakes, and then you just need to do all this stuff. You need to get, see, I'll show you my list. I'll also post this online so you can see it better, but at the bottom is my pre-op, so I don't forget. It's like on 12 pieces of paper, my pre-op appointment. Some Gas-X strips, because some of the medicine can make you a little, you know, magnesium citrate to drink the night before, so it's a laxative to clean you out. Yay, that should be a fun evening. Then I have to shower with antibacterial skin the night before. Obviously, set up transportation. Please don't drive yourself. Arrange family member to stay with me for a few days after surgery. Luckily, I live with half my family. It's me and my husband's house. But my mother and father-in-law are currently here, and also my brother-in-law. So we definitely have enough adults around to help me. Then all the stuff I have to bring to surgery. So bring meds and all that stuff. So that's a fun thing. And then just some stuff. Yeah, I just need to bring. Yeah, reading that stuff brings reality, and it's sort of crazy. But anyway, so another interesting thing is people that I do tell are like somewhat supportive, but you know, surgery's not like, people don't know what surgery is. They think it's just the easy way out. Anyway, so I picked and chose who I wanted to tell. Trust me, 5 years ago I would have been very judgmental if I was one of my friends getting surgery. Anyway, but now I've changed a new leaf. So, who did I tell? So, obviously my in-laws know because they live with me, and they're gonna have to know. And they're supportive because they're supportive of anything I do. They're pretty much huge cheerleaders of mine. I'm very lucky to have them. My husband obviously knows, because once that credit card hit, he got to know. No, he's been to all my appointments with me. I'm just kidding. And then my sister knows, and my best friend that lives in Ireland, because she knows everything about me, and we've been friends since 5th grade. So they're pretty much the only people I told. I have not told my parents. It's a weird thing. So I have a weird relationship with my parents. I love my parents. They're awesome. My mom is not a good person when it comes to certain things. She just doesn't handle certain information correctly. If you ever see this, Mom, I'm sorry, but it's true. And she can be a little judgmental and sometimes hard to take, and I just didn't want to deal with it before I had surgery. It's been an argument me and my sister have been going back and forth on telling my parents. I know surgery parents, what if something goes wrong? If something goes wrong, I am very upset I didn't tell them, but I'm hoping nothing goes wrong, and that's just my hope. You know, my doctor's has done thousands of surgeries and has been successful in all of them. So I hope I'm not that one. Anyway, my other thing was my friends. You know, I just moved to a new area, so I don't really know a lot of people. So I sort of told them I was having something done. I just didn't really explain, just because I'm going to be missing a bunch of events, and just because it'd be weird afterwards showing up with my juice and just drinking juice and not eating, and then having lost a ton of weight, hopefully losing a ton of weight right away. They'll know something's up. I didn't tell my lifelong friends for interesting reasons. I just saw them. Some of them, one just had a kid. And just because I love them so much, and I just don't want to hear it. That's it. I just don't want to hear it. It's as simple as that. Like, I want to go into this surgery being excited, and I just don't want to sit and listen to it. I will tell them one day. I'm just not going to tell them now. And I choose to do it that way. I'm going to stop this video for 1 second because I can hear my son coming up the stairs. And that's a tornado waiting to happen. Okay, I'll talk to you guys. I'm back. Sorry. So my son came upstairs and I had to put him down for his nap. Thankfully, with living with so many family members, I do get to sneak away and do stuff like this. Even though it's my first vlog, I've gotten to just have a little me time. I'm into meditation and all that stuff. So we were sort of talking a little bit about prep and who I told. So I'd love to know who you told, or who you're planning to tell, or what is your experiences with telling people. You know, after surgery, as I said, I do plan to tell people, but how do you approach it? That's my question. How? Like, hey, I had gastric sleeve, da-da-da-da. Because most people think it's the easy way out. It's really not. But just want to hear other people's experiences. Anyway, I'm going to have some social media platforms for this vlog /blog, because I'm going to do a blog. The reason I'm going to do a blog is so I can post some before pictures, and I can post pictures of food, and I can give you guys my pre-list and like what I've bought and what I needed to get, just so you guys can sort of see, because that was my one thing when I did my research, was trying to find what goes into it, like what goes into this surgery. Also, I'm going to show you I'm going to try and vlog at least once a week, especially during post-op. I will try and vlog next week before surgery, like a couple of days before surgery, just so I can give you my real feelings, because as of now, it sort of feels like surgery's super far away. I'll try and do it the day before surgery so you guys can get a real feeling, especially because the day before is only liquid diet, so I should be in rare form that day. Hopefully, I have to find out if I can drink coffee, because especially if I can't drink coffee, you guys are going to see a new side of me. Because more than likely, in my world, if I don't get to drink coffee that day, my son will be hard. See, that's my accent thing. He more likely won't sleep the night before. And that always makes life fun. So my goals through this, as I said, is to introduce you guys to all the stages as I'm going through them. And I will be a little bit more honest than maybe some people want honesty to be. But after giving birth, sort of not I've lost a lot of shame, meaning that I am pretty open to a lot of things Anyway, so I also want to hear other people's inputs onto their surgery, thinking of surgery, what you want to hear. Especially, the first 2 weeks seems the most crazy to me, the liquid diets, but I keep hearing that I won't be that hungry, and even drinking liquid will be hard, so we'll see. I don't know how that's possible because I'm always hungry, so we'll see. I'm so excited to get this started, get this going, and so reach out to me at ashsleeved pretty much everywhere. I haven't really created much, but I do have ashsleeved@gmail.com. I do want to create an Instagram. Hopefully I can get that same tags. If not, I'll post it on the bottom, and you guys can see where my actual hashtags are. Also, hopefully I'll get to do a Snapchat, and this is me living in a life that I have so much time, but I'm so passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping other people. Even if you guys want to hear about my Weight Watchers journeys, I'm so there for you. I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Bye.